Hi, today we're going to study the Torah portion called Shelach. Shelach is about the spice. We all knew that Moses sent 12 spies into the land of Israel. Out of 12, 10 came out and they told that the country is not ready or it's not fit that we can go inside. But two, Joshua and Caleb said that we can go inside, we can take over the land. And these 10 spies, all the 12 spies were the leaders. They were equally balanced people. They are not like, only Caleb and Joshua were the two good people and the 10 other people were not good. No, they were all the leaders, the same, categories Joshua and Caleb were possessing. So they all knew each other. They're all in the same category. They were trained. So, but 10 of them, they came and told, we cannot go inside because of the land and the rules and laws. Even the God cannot do anything in that land. He cannot change the laws of the land. That's what the information they gave, which Moses was pleading to God that when God heard about this message, God was angry. God wanted to destroy all the Jewish people. And Moses prays to God. When he was praying to God, he was praying to God that God extend your name of Adonai. Adonai means the master of universe, the creator of universe. He wanted to extend the value, extend the proposition of the name of Adonai. Why would Moses ask God to extend the measure of the Adonai? Rather, he could have asked about the mercies of God. Probably, Yud-He Yahweh. So that's the God of mercy. He could have asked him to, pour more mercies towards this one. But instead of that, Moses was particularly asking God that to increase your proportion or, increase the power of the name Adonai. Then also we can ask a question, why Moses didn't ask when they were doing a big sin under the Mount Sinai. They were making the golden calf when God was, destroying these Jewish people. So why he didn't ask, and why here he was asking? So let us think about these Jewish spies. These spies people, they went inside, they saw the land, they came back and they said, we cannot go and conquer the land. We cannot consume, or we cannot, because there were kings, 31 kings ruling 7 nations. Because Israel was then divided into 7 nations, and 31 kings ruled those nations. So it would be difficult for us to take over. And, the problem with the spies were, they were dissecting, or they were, separating the God's name into different levels. Because one of the things that the God name, which is called Avaya, meaning the God of infinity, the God of miracles, the God above all the nature is Avaya, which is the realm of God, which is so infinite and it is so miraculous God. So that name Avaya is kind of above all the natures, above and beyond the natures. That name is different than the name of Adonai. Adonai is the universe, the God one who created the universe, God who is the master of universe. So these people were thinking in terms of this. They knew already, they were the witnesses of the God, because they were with God. They were brought out of the Egypt, and they saw the miracle in the Red Sea, and they saw all the 10 plagues that God was putting on Egyptians, and also they walked through the Red Sea, and they saw God was literally they saw God, on the mountain top with all the thunder, lightning, and all the smoke and everything. And also they experienced the manna, they experienced the water, miraculous water, and they experienced the, even though they were living in the desert land, they were living in kind of, clouds with a built-in air condition, because the clouds were always covering them. Even though they were living in the desert land, the land was so cool, it kept them cool. And their clothes were not torn. Their clothes were every single day, their clothes were laundered automatically. It was so clean and perfect. Their chapels were not torn or not worn. So, what I'm telling you, they have seen all these miracles happening in those desert lands, and they saw the God of miracle. And it is obviously he could easily also take over the land of Israel. What is the problem with the God? They knew it already. Who knew it already? But one thing was that one. What these people are thinking, they are telling that, look, we just got out of Egypt. We were there slaves for 210 years. We came out of Egypt, and now God has given this Torah. It's a wonderful, amazing, unbelievable book it is. It is so much to learn, the knowledge and the wisdom in that book. We were just here in the desert land for only 1 year. We need to study that. We need to have the, real study of the Torah. So we don't want to, go inside and start plowing the land and, start building the Torah. We need to be in this arena, in this realm of God's infinite, miraculous God's realm of Avaya in this desert land, and let us enjoy the Torah studying there. Rather than, you don't have to go to work, because you were getting food, you were getting water, you were getting clothes, cleansed. So what else you need for people? Rather than going and starting a life over there in the land of universe. So that's what the argument was. So they were telling us, so rather going inside the desert Israel, and then fighting with all the kings and taking over all the kings. Well, that's called the name, Adonai, the God of universe. That's what it made. They underestimated God. They underestimated God, because God can lift. God as in God of universe, Adonai. When they go inside, they're supposed to go inside the Israelite, and they have to mingle there. They have to take out all the kings. They have to plow the land. They have to do the mitzvahs. They have to do the commandments. Certain commandments are supposed to be done in that land. And then by lifting the name of the God above, by elevating the name of the God, they can overcome everything in the land of Israel, which these people were denied not to get those things, so not to do those things. So they wanted to be inside this place, inside the desert land. You see, and they don't want to go inside. And also, when you go inside the Israel land, you have to work hard for 6 days, and 7th day you have to rest. You have to work hard for 6 years, and then 7th year you shouldn't be working anything, and that is the year of studying the Torah. So you have schedules over there to do, which these people are denying it. They thought that it would be much better out there in the desert land. So we can be there, and we should be, reading the Torah and enjoying the Torah book, because we just got the book just 1 year now, and it is such a miraculous, unbelievable book for the years to come, generation to generation. So we need to learn, because we were slavery for 210 years. These people are thinking in terms of that. So God was so angry on them. Moses was so angry on them. Why would they can underestimate God? So that's why Moses was pleading to God. That was the sin of the spies. Moses was pleading with God not to destroy the Jewish people. Let them get inside, and then let them, go inside the Israel, and then let them plow the land, and let them do all the mitzvahs and other things. Folks, God's names are so amazing. God is a God who can do miraculously so many things. In us, for us also the same thing is expecting. Probably we are very comfortable sitting in one place. We want to be there and we don't want to go outside of that comfort zone to enter the land of Israel. When you go into the land of Israel, you are going to work hard to get those things done. That's the way. When you follow the real truth of the God's way, it's going to be a tough time for you. It's not going to be like enjoying everything. You will go through that, but at the end, you will be elevated to the levels of the holiness over there. That's one of the best things that you're going to get inside when you are entering the land of Israel, land of Canaan. So in order to achieve that, we must go through certain levels of workmanship that we should put in there. That's what, folks. Spies, they sinned on those days. They sinned, they sinned like anything. So Moses was pleading to God not to punish them. See, the Israelites, we were talking about the blood. See, in Jewish people, nobody can, overcome Jewish people anytime. No one can eradicate them in this world. No kings can come over and take the kingdom away. Nobody can do anything. It could be temporary, but that has a meaning to that one. That has a meaning whenever they go into troubles. Because the only way the Jewish people can destroy themselves is by disobeying the Torah, by not performing the Torah or not observing the Torah, and they put themselves into trouble, and then they get all the trouble. They get chased away. They've been out of the land for some time. They came back again. So it is in them. That is themselves. They are the one who will be the cause for their destruction. Nobody else in the world can never touch Jewish nation. Can never touch Jewish people, folks. That's God's holy nation, the holy people, and that's how they should be. But the same thing God is giving us too, same opportunity. But we must work along with the Jewish people. We must work along to them and with them, so that we can also enjoy the same privileges Jewish people are enjoying. So, Shelach, we're talking about the spies. The sin of the spies were they totally underestimated God, and totally they put God in a different position, and they said that God cannot do this one. But in fact, God is a God who is master of everything, So that's why Moses was praying to God to, give them some kind of, forgiveness for these people. Well, we're starting this new Shelach, new portion. We'll continue to explore more in this Torah portion, and stay fit, stay tight, and enjoy the week. Shabbat Shalom and Shavua Tov. That means have a good week. Until then, bye.